Alright guys, welcome back to Michael Mortal, and welcome to my latest and greatest guide video for Elden Ring. Today, we will be covering the Auriza Side Tomb Catacombs dungeon. This particular dungeon has a very unique travel mechanism that can make it hard to remember where you have and have not been. Combine that with an abundance of animate statues that want to murder you, and an expertly hidden secret lever, and you've got yourself a recipe for disaster. By the end of this video, you'll know this dungeon inside and, well, yeah, mostly just inside, but, you'll know it really well. So let's get started. The Auriza Side Tomb is located just outside the capital walls to the northeast of Lindell Royal Capital. The fastest way to get there is from the Capital Rampart side of Grace, which is unlocked by defeating the Draconic Tree Sentinel that guards it. If you have not, and also would rather not, defeat Draconic, you can instead opt to start from the Outer Wall Battleground side of Grace. Head to the east past the giant arrows and inconvenient potholes. Run up the stairs and you will reach a road. Follow it due east, heading towards the Royal Capital. Before starting to head uphill towards the Draconic Tree Sentinel, head south through a fairly open patch of field. Eventually, you will come across a downward slope that leads to an open valley. Luckily for us, there's a convenient overlap between the two sides of the chasm, and we can simply jump down to the other side. Head eastward once again, and drop down to reach the homestretch. Run straight for the cliffside to your left, and follow it up the hill to the dungeon's entrance. If you run down through the middle, or from the right side, a monstrous bear will mess up your entire day. So, now that we've made it to the Auriza Side Tomb, it's time to delve deep and discover its many secrets. Head down the stairs and you will see a big old door that is currently locked by some contraption. Typical, I know. This means that we've got ourselves a lever to find somewhere in this dungeon. Moving into the next room, you will encounter 5 living jars. 3 of these are normal old jars that will explode into living jar juice. But the other jars will explode into, well, explosions. So watch out for that. Heading down the stairs will lead to a tantalizingly displayed chest in the middle of an empty room. Upon opening, the player will become ensnared in a transport trap. But don't panic yet, this is the only way to progress through the dungeon. Upon exiting the room we've been ported to, we come into an open chamber with what looks to be a switch statue on the upper level, just out of our reach. Duck off the side of the stairs and you will find an imp statue guarding a ghost glove ward underneath. Murder him and take your prize. Getting him out of the picture will make the path ahead much easier. Going out into the main chamber will reveal 2 imp statue enemies that will attempt to gank the player. These enemies often attempt to stagger the player out with quick combos that also cause bleeding buildup. They can get very annoying in groups. Focus on taking one out of the picture first and enjoy the fact that you've already murdered the potential third. After dispatching the gank squad, grab the Ghost Glove Wart 5 and head into the narrow stairwell leading into the next room. In this neck of the woods, we find a dungeon-esque chamber that seems to contain a blocked-off room we cannot access. One that also happens to be full of items. We want those. So, taking care to avoid the asshole throwing lightning jars at us from the upper level, take a right into the hallway leading to the next chamber. There is an imp statue waiting to pounce from the left as you enter. After murdering it, head deeper into the room towards the chest at the far end. There is another imp waiting to strike from the left as you approach, this time with a greatsword. Deja vu. Killing the imp and triggering this trap chest will lead you to the blocked-off room we saw before containing the items. As you will quickly realize, it is now inhabited by 2 massive living jars. Take care you don't get hit by both of their charging attacks at the same time. They really pack a wallop. Try to take out one first, and then the other one will be much easier to handle. Looting the room empty will earn the player 2 crackpots in the Perfumer'S Cookbook 3, which I will be covering in a cookbook guide sooner or later. Seeing as how there is nothing else to do in this room, port back out using the trap chest. Every chest always leads to the same location. Now that we're back in the previous room, you might notice there is a wall on the south side of the room that looks suspicious. Giving it a good whack will reveal it to be an illusory wall. This will trigger another asshole from the upper floor to start chucking magic jars at you. Heading down to the stairs will trigger 2 suicider pots. They will run at you to the ends of the lands between until they are too badly hurt or they reach you and blow you into bits. Ranged combat is very effective, as well as attacks that will send them flying away. After decidedly not getting blown to bits, you can loot the Ghost Glove Wart 5 and go through the final portal chest. This will see you taken to the upper level. Finally, some sweet payback. Murder the first 2 imps, taking care to stop before rushing to the final one you can see where the lever statue used to be. There is an imp camping up on the wall, ready to plunge on you. Lure him down by getting close enough or shooting him and safely murder him before heading to the final one. This one will oddly take his sweet-ass time getting up, but you can safely kill him as he obviously does not possess the lever we need to pull. After murdering this last imp, the dungeon will be completely devoid of danger, but also direction. Going back through all the chests may at first appear to lead to the exact same places, but one room has changed upon closer inspection. Heading back to the lower level of the main chamber that led to the illusory wall where the magic pot thrower was, go back into the chest portal at the far end once again. This will lead to the giant jars room we went to before. Only now, there are 2 small living jars, where the big boys used to be. There are also new items, and a ladder that was not there before. Crack the jars, keeping in mind that these ones are also explosive, and loot the 2 cracked pots in Ghost Glowfort 6 before heading up the ladder. Heading down the passage, we will come out into the familiar chamber as we saw at the beginning, with another Ghost Glowfort 6 to grab, and the secret lever to pull. Now we can go take on the boss. Remembering to rest at the Grace beforehand, enter the 2 big double doors that were locked before. Upon entering the fog door, we will be confronted by the Grave Warden Duelist and 4 explosive living jars. Make sure to lure the boss away from the jars. It shouldn't be very hard, because he is very aggressive. His main moves are a series of 3 slams and a big projectile swing using the chains attached to his hammers. So long as you've got the damage, it shouldn't be that difficult to murder him and claim the dungeon's bounty. You can also summon ashes for this fight, so if you need a hand or a distraction, I definitely recommend it. Upon beating the boss, the jars will also die, and you will receive the Soul Jars of Fortune ashes. These ashes summon the exploding suicider jars we fought before to go blow your enemies into bits. And there you have it. One more dungeon completed on our journey to conquer the lands between and claim our rightful title of Elden Lord. Thank you so much for watching this guide video. I hope it was helpful. Please remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more guide videos and other cool stuff I post. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you'd like me to cover, if I missed any important tidbits, or if there's any helpful tips or tricks you'd like to share with the community. It's all welcome here. Until we meet again, bye!